whole different space than I was before. And that's a really, really sucky feeling. How come I cannot be consistent? We're making sushi. Now we roll. You guys have to try this recipe on your own self. And I'm like, girl, like you'd be so proud. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. My heart just feels so full right now. Welcome back to my channel. I've actually decided to, and I've been wanting to do this for some time, but I actually decided to take back on my wellness journey diaries that I started a while ago. This time I feel like I'm in a whole different space than I was before. That's because I've actually entered my running girl era and I love it so much. When I was younger, about 18 years old, I used to love jogging. I used to jog with my dog all the time around the neighborhood park. Actually, yesterday I went on my first ever sunrise outdoor jog. I can't even believe that I've never ran during a sunrise or before a sunrise. I've ran early in the morning, but not that early in the morning. At first it was very hard because the wind was blowing towards me and I was trying my hardest to stay warm because it was a little bit chilly, and just running towards the wind was hard. But after my body got more warmed up, which was probably about 2 minutes into the jog, I felt fine. I felt great. I felt ready to keep going and I just felt excited. And it also helped that I had my good music and a good audiobook to listen to when I got bored from the music. What are you looking at, Clyde? Is there someone there? He's literally staring out the window, looking up, and that scared me. But yeah, I'm slowly starting to turn into the running girl, and I love it so much because it was something that I enjoyed so much when I was younger. I think that that's what it's all about, is finding something that we love, and it doesn't always have to be gym related. It's just any way that we love to move our body, make us feel good about ourselves. That's really what helps us through the tough times. Is moving our bodies. And again, it doesn't have to be weightlifting. What I want to say, I absolutely love the way that weightlifting has boosted so many women's confidence throughout the last couple of years. I love to see women in the weight training room training next to strong, tall, buff men. I love to see it. I love to see it, and so I'm so happy for that, and I'm so happy that I was once that girl training alongside all those, you know, big scary men. Scary, they're friendly, they're so friendly, but they're intimidating. They look intimidating. Same with women. There's women that look intimidating because they look like they know what they're doing. They have muscles and it just looks like they've been on this weightlifting journey for so much longer than you, and so they have so much more knowledge than you, so it's a little bit intimidating to get in there and start lifting your little 5 pounds, your little 7.5, 10 pounds, but we all start somewhere. So I love to see that women are just so confident in the gym now. Not a lot, right? We're still working on it, but so many women are so confident in the gym now, and I love it. But I realized that I, for so long, was forcing something on myself that just wasn't resonating with me, and I kept wondering, why am I falling off my workout routines? Why is it so hard to discipline myself this time around? How come I cannot be consistent? And I think that's because I was forcing weightlifting on me for a long time. I was forcing it, and it just wasn't fun anymore. It didn't matter how many programs I tried. Being on a program definitely helped, but it wasn't enough to keep me engaged, to keep me wanting to go back, to keep me wanting to move my body, until I discovered running. And I haven't been this consistent in so long, and I'm so excited for myself that I finally found something that I'm enjoying. And I think that we all go through these eras in our life and these times and phases where we love a certain thing and then we kind of like forget about it, and then we love something else and we love something else, right? And I think that that's the same with training and moving your body. I think that we are all evolving, we're all changing, we're never the same person, we're always growing as a person. And I think that just like our taste buds, I think that our love for something can die and then it'll be reborn again. I know that we'll fall back in love with it sometime in the future, but if it's not resonating with you, don't force it on yourself, because it's going to put you in that fitness or life slump, and we don't want that because it's so hard to get out of that. And stop putting so much pressure on yourself, like, oh, but last year I loved it so much, like I used to love this. Let's not put pressure on ourselves. It's okay if we don't. Let's try new things. This world is so big. It's filled with so many opportunities. Let's try new things. Let's go out and let's go for a run. If you feel like you're kind of getting in a slump or falling out of love with a certain training style, well, let's try something else. Let's try playing some sports outdoors. Let's get outdoors a little bit more instead of staying home, feeling sorry for yourself that you don't know what you love to do. Like, let's move out of that stage. Let's find something that we like to do. Let's either play some sports, let's go on a little walk. Maybe the walk is what's gonna kickstart your fitness journey. That's kind of what I've been doing. I know that I'm talking so much, but it is something that I'm just really passionate about, and I know that I'm not the only one. I've fallen in love with weight training. I've also fallen out of love with weight training a few times. I've loved running. I've fallen out of love with running. Doesn't mean that just because we don't weight lift, that doesn't mean that we're not worthy of the title of being a gym girl or being in our fitness era or being, you know, fitness girly, just because we don't do what other people are doing. For example, we see a lot on social media, a lot of women weight training, and that's amazing. Like I said, it's so amazing. I love weight training, but it's not for everybody all the time. It's not for everybody all the time, and that's totally fine. So fine, okay? If you don't want to do it, let's take a break. Let's try something different. Maybe one day you'll do some training with the weights. The next day you'll do a jog. Maybe you'll throw in some yoga, maybe some Pilates here and there, and that's so fine. We are trying to find what works best for us in the moment, and we're always changing, so we're always going to be having to try new things, and that's fine. That's what makes life so fun, is we're experiencing life in so many different ways. Anyways, I've just been talking for so long. I want to get myself into the gym. I felt like today I wasn't going to do anything, no runs or anything like that, but I put on some music. I felt amazing. I've had my water, I've had my protein shake, and now just talking to you guys about finding a new hobby of mine is making me so excited to go and move my body. I know, I'm probably so annoying right now with how cheesy I am and how smiling I am, but like I said, it's just something I'm passionate about, and I'm really excited to go work out right now. So I have my shoes on. I'm gonna head out the door. I just wanted to, you know, say hi, and it turned into a whole rant, 10-minute rant. But I'm gonna now head out the door. I'm gonna go to the gym, do a quick run, and then come home and enjoy the rest of my day. Good morning, guys. It's 7:33 in the morning. I just got my son ready for school, and I thought I would get myself ready so that I can go on a bit of a run after I drop him off at school. So let's pick out our outfit for the day. So organized. My friend actually gave me a great idea to add a light up here, so I think I'm gonna do that for sure, so there's better lighting. I think it's gonna be hot, but I'm gonna be kind of by the river. What do I want to wear? Should I do short? I think. What am I feeling today? Matching set. Matching set. So this is what I'm wearing. Okay, so we're gonna do Honor Active Bowl in the Timeless collection. I love this bra. Like, look at how cute this bra is. I haven't been able to find a bra that I love so much like this one. But then I'm also gonna just cover up with a sweater, so sometimes like I feel like sports bras don't even matter. I'm so excited for this run. So let's get our shoes on and let's head out the door. Today's 5K felt really hard. It actually felt harder than the previous one. Halfway through the run, I realized that I was running towards the wind, not in the same direction as the wind was blowing. So I think that that's what made it really hard, but it was too late. I didn't want to turn around and go the other way because it was gonna mess me up. It wasn't, but it was. You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys can hear me okay out here. During my run, I just kept looking around and everything was so beautiful. Nature's so beautiful. You have so many birds, you have little squirrels running around, there's so many green, tall trees. I was thinking about the book that I read this year, which was The Grace Year by Kim Leggett. It was one of my 5-star reads this year. I loved it, and it was actually the first book I read this year. And the quote that kept playing in my head, quote that I kept repeating in my head was, your eyes are wide open, but you see nothing. And a lot of time there's so many birds out here. And I just kept thinking about that because, wow, it was so beautiful. And we just live our lives so fast that we forget to take a minute for us and to enjoy what's around us and the beauty around us. We are just so grateful that we're on this planet living. Just need to take care of it more. When I was running, I was really tired and I wanted to give up and I wanted to stop running. But then I realized I had about half a mile left to go before I hit the 5K. Just knowing that I could see a light at the end of the tunnel, I could see my run was basically over. After that lap, I really got a second burst of energy and I didn't feel tired anymore. I could breathe better and ran that last half a mile, over half a mile. But I ran that all the way to the car and it felt so good to be done. I kept thinking about this beautiful river and sitting here and just enjoying my time, knowing that I earned it because I followed through with the promise and a goal that I set for myself today. I just feel super happy that I'm sitting here in front of this river. If you guys ever feel like giving up on anything, just know that it's worth it. You could do it. Do you guys ever get just a pain in your chest? It's not a pain, it's more like, I don't know how to explain it, but I literally just feel like I'm gonna cry. I feel so grateful that I'm here today and I feel so happy that I've made it this far because there's a time that I didn't think I would make it this far. There's a time where I really struggled, and so I'm so grateful to be here enjoying nature, and my heart just feels so full right now. I think it's a perfect time to meditate. So I'm gonna do a quick guided meditation. I think I wanna do a grounding or a grateful meditation. It's now the next day and there are a few things that have been on my mind that I wanted to come on here and kind of speak about. Today's actually my rest day. I'm so incredibly sore from the day before these runs. So I just decided to take it easy on my body today and just rest. Plus I had some deep cleaning to do. Back to the topic that I was discussing about finding something that we love to do in the now that we want to do for our bodies, right? To keep moving, to keep us healthy and happy. I wanted to go back to that topic. I know a lot of us struggle to find motivation to go to the gym. I'm there too. All the time, I struggle all the time. What I really want you guys to think about is your why. Really think about the reason why. Why do you guys want to work out? Why do you guys want to move your body? And a lot of us go and think, well, because I want to have big quads, because I want to have a little waist. And a lot of people will take their body, their physique as their why. They're like, wow, well, I'm working towards this goal to have bigger arms. I'm working towards a goal to have bigger legs. And that's fine. That's amazing. That's so good. If you're one of those people that you can have a wallpaper of your dream body, and seeing that every day will motivate you to go to the gym. So amazing. That's so cool. But how about the ones that's not enough for us? That's not enough for us. That's not enough for me. At least I know that much, that it's not enough for me. I've tried that and it's not enough for me to stay consistent going to the gym. It's not the why that works for me. When I was younger, I used to love riding my bike around the neighborhood with my neighborhood friends, climbing trees, jump roping, playing tag, hide and seek outside. I used to love soccer. Soccer was my sport as a little girl. Soccer and kickball. I loved soccer and kickball. Well, when I was about 10 years old, I actually had surgery on my knee. I was using a wheelchair and I was on crutches. Not only did I have surgery on my knee and that kind of kept me at home for a bit, but I was also hooked up to an IV, so I couldn't really do much. And so a lot of the times I would kind of just lay in bed, and my mom, my brother, my sisters, everybody were great. But I still craved the outdoors. I couldn't, unfortunately, play like that anymore. That affected me for over a year. Even after I was out of the wheelchair, I was now in crutches, I was still doing physical therapy for my knee. But I couldn't even ride a bike For the longest time, I would always shift all my weight over to another side because it hurt so bad. It hurt so incredibly bad to bend my knee. And so now I have a scar on my knee, and every time I see that scar on my knee, I think back to who I was at that time. And it reminds me so much of that little me. And every time I think about it, I get a little bit like emotional. Now when I go on my runs, I go on my runs and I channel my little 10-year-old self. And I'm like, girl, like you would be so proud. Like, I'm running again, you're running again, and you're on a bike and you're outdoors and you know, you're doing it. Gosh, I didn't expect to get so vulnerable this soon and so sentimental. But yeah, and that made me so happy. So I think back to her, to little me, and I am enjoying my runs, and I'm just thinking, wow, like I'm so grateful that I get to run. I'm so grateful that I get to be outside and walk. You need to find your why. You need to find a reason why. So incredibly deep, and this is personal to everybody. Something so deep inside of you that every time you think about it, you might even want to cry. It might even bring tears to your eyes. But that's the motivation. That's the thoughts that you need to have in order to stay consistent, to be disciplined. Maybe there's times in our lives where we felt so unhappy, so unhealthy, tired all the time. And maybe we were at our lowest at that time. I know that that's happened to me. You don't even have the energy to get up or put on your shoes. And that's a really sucky feeling. And we don't want that feeling anymore. So if that's what's gonna keep you motivated to keep showing up for yourself and keeping your promises that you make for yourself, channel that, grow from it, show your past self that you're doing amazing now. And that past self is gonna get through it. You know, those dark times, we've overcome them. We've overcame those dark times, and we could do it. And if that's what's gonna be your why, and you're gonna be able to get up from bed, go work out, all the while you're thinking about, wow, there was a time in my life where this wasn't possible. And that's gonna get you through the workout, and it's gonna keep you showing up for yourself. That's something that's so important, is showing up for yourself. Show up for yourself all the time. Keep those promises, because that's what's gonna boost your confidence. If you're someone who kind of suffers with low confidence, low self-esteem, I promise you that being consistent and showing up for yourself, keeping promises to yourself, is really gonna boost that confidence. I know this because that's literally what happened to me not that long ago. I had very low confidence and self-esteem was really low. Showing up for myself, proving to myself that I could do things that I thought were hard 10 minutes ago, and now I'm done with that task. If I could do something that I thought 5 minutes ago was hard, and now it's been 5 minutes since I completed that task and it's done, just like that, you're finished. Something's not gonna last forever, right? That's what I want from all of us. I want us all to just be so confident in our bodies, and that's why it's important to follow through the promises that you're making to yourself. Even if it's not working out, right? But moving your body and being happy and living happy, it makes a world of a difference. Mentally and physically, right? But mentally overall is so important. So important. You guys are struggling getting back into fitness. I really hope that I was able to kind of give you some motivation or just kind of some inspiration for you guys to get back in the gym, do it for yourself. I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you guys stuck around through the whole video, I appreciate you guys so much. You don't even know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again very soon on the next one. Bye. I hope you guys are hungry because today we're making sushi. First things first, we're gonna start with some tofu. So I'm using firm tofu. When you open your tofu, you're gonna want to make sure that it's being pressed so that it's not so moist. I'm gonna dump this water out. Now that I have my tofu out, I'm gonna get a rag and I'm just gonna leave it covered with something heavy on the top. So I'm gonna put it here, and then I'm gonna put my tofu right there. And I'll put a plate or something heavy just so that it presses down on it and gets rid of all of the excess moisture. I like spice, so I want to make it a little bit spicy. So I'm gonna add some jalapenos into my sushi. So let's start with peeling our cucumbers. we're taking out the seeds just because they retain a lot of water. We don't want that. Okay. Now that we took the seeds off, let's start cutting them. And we're just gonna do skinny, long, like so. Cucumbers, done. Now we're gonna do the same with our jalapenos. Gonna cut our jalapenos, we're gonna cut them in half. And if you don't like a lot of spice, let's get those seeds out of here. I kinda just like the crunch, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the seeds out. We're gonna do the exact same, follow the same pattern, thin and long. And we're gonna put those on the side here. Now that we cut our jalapenos and our cucumbers, let's check on our tofu. It might be ready. We're gonna cut the tofu into small squares. And I don't think I'm gonna use this whole block of tofu, and I think I wanna use it, half of it, for a different recipe, so I'm gonna save some. And we're just gonna work with this one because with tofu, a little bit goes a long, long way. So we're just gonna cut it like this, right? And then layer them on top. We're gonna make little cubes. So I'm gonna cut it this way, and I'm gonna cut it again, tiny cubes, okay? And then we're gonna cut it again this way. Can you guys see my knife? I'm gonna show you guys. Next we're gonna grab the seaweed sheets. If you have the mini seaweed, that's perfectly fine, that'll work too. Grab it, fold it, and then we are going to just crumble it up and put it in the tofu because that's what gives it the fishy taste, right? So that's what we're gonna do here. Just crumble it. Okay. If you guys already have like sushi or seaweed flakes, then that'll work too. But if you don't, just grab one of these sheets. And this is literally like just all personal taste, okay? So however you like, you can add a little bit and then come back later and see how it tastes. In the filling, we're gonna add some mayo, we're gonna add some sriracha, and we're gonna add some sesame oil as well. So let's go in with those flavors. So sesame oil, okay. Let's go in with some mayo. Is my station making anybody uncomfortable? And then we're gonna add some sriracha. And let's do a bit of salt, just a little bit, because I feel like the seaweed's already gonna be salty depending on the type of seaweed that you used. You add until you feel like the taste is there. So then you're just gonna now mix it all together. This is probably one of the most amateur cooking videos that you will watch. But I promise you that it's gonna be delicious. We're gonna add a little bit of green onions into our mix. And then let's go in with some sesame seeds. Again, it's all flavor, okay? So however you like it. If you might need to add a little bit more salt, you might want to add some pepper. Whatever you think is gonna make this really good and make you like just love it and enjoy it even more. I used jasmine rice. I know that there's a sushi rice, but I have this here in my house, so I just thought, let's just use this. Next, we're gonna cut our avocado. Beautiful. Now it's time to assemble the sushi bowl. We're gonna use sushi sheets. We should have wrapped this with some sticky wrap, but we don't have any, so let's try wrapping it with some foil. Okay. Now we're gonna set this aside. Hopefully that works. We are gonna wet our fingers a little bit when we grab the rice so that the rice doesn't stick too much to our hands. And then we're gonna spread it out evenly as we can. This rice is sticky, OMG. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I already attempted it and I messed it up. So this is my second attempt. Next, we are gonna sprinkle it with some sesame seeds for presentation. Then we're going to flip it over. Next, we're gonna add our toppings. Let's add some avocado here. That's good. I like to salt my avocado. so you don't want to fill it all the way to the top, okay? I'm gonna go in with our cucumber. And we're gonna go in with some cream cheese. This is cream cheese. I wanted to add some cream cheese to mine. And jalapenos. Now we roll. Bring out our bad boy here to roll it. And this is to tighten it, I hope. Hopefully that worked. Oh my gosh, ready? Moment of truth. It worked. I thought I'd cut them with you guys. So this one's an inside out vegan California roll, and then this one is the same inside out California roll, but I actually covered it with some panko crumbs and fried it to see how that would taste. Let's give it a quick cut. Kind of crispy. Ready? I'm so nervous. Oh my gosh, these are my first ever sushi rolls. This is the one that I messed up. I did it first and I messed it up, but then I fixed it. So we're gonna cut it down the middle. We're gonna cut it in the middle one more time and then one more half. And then we're gonna plate it. I actually found some Panda Express teriyaki sauce, so I drizzled that on top. That's what's drizzled on here. Which one should we go for first? I let it chill in the fridge and it's so cold and it's just like a California roll. Oh my gosh. Let's go with the fried one. Hopefully it doesn't fall apart on me. This one was harder. Ready? That was so good. The deep fried one was good because I put cream cheese in them. And so I feel like it melted it and it cooked the pepper a little bit more. And it was so good. Oh, chef's kiss. Oh my gosh, so good. You guys have to try this recipe. It's so good.